I am on my feet to respond to the preliminary comments made by my respected colleague, Honorable Muntaka Mubarak. The issue of members having come to the chamber and they being marked absent is a legitimate concern to be raised, and we do so on daily basis on the floor. What I strongly disagree with him, Mr. Speaker, is the argument that the clerk and the clerk at table are being partisan. Mr. Speaker, no, please hear me. Mr. Speaker, that statement coming from a leader of this house is unacceptable. Mr. Speaker, not too long ago, he, Honorable Muntaka Mubarak, had the occasion to advise me when I had an issue with Parker Wilson of Joy FM. And he said that Parker has no right to be heard. So if I have an issue, I should take it up. You are in leadership. The Mr. Speaker is the head of Parliament. So we should engage and not to use the floor because the clerk cannot respond to you. All the attacks, he cannot respond. And you stood there and told me that I had an issue with a journalist who had misreported me and that I should rest my oars because he has no right to respond to me. So I think that the issue that we raised, we should all address it. And Mr. Speaker, when Honorable Cletus Avoka was speaking, he said that indeed the young men and women were supposed to bring the sheet for him to sign, and they refused or they did not do that. Members have had the occasion to complain that sometimes they don't bring it for them to sign. When we were in this house, Mr. Speaker, at least when I came in 2013, we were required to go to the post room, the mails room to sign. Later, the arrangement changed where they will come round. Mr. Speaker, there are times that I will not get the opportunity to sign. Then when we close, maybe my usher will come and tell me that, look, leader, you didn't sign. So, Mr. Speaker, this is not a matter for us to split heads on. We should not split heads on this matter. Let me make my point. So, Mr. Speaker, I think that this is even a matter for us to sit in conclave with you to resolve. Mr. Speaker, they will speak, but Mr. Speaker, my point is that Honorable Mubarak himself, Mr. Speaker, and for this point, I want to make it clear. Remember that day I told you posterity will soon come and deal with the concerns you raised. You said that when a member, Babaru, I beg you. When I had an issue with Joy FM, you said on this out loudly that because Joy FM cannot respond to me, I should take it easy. Can the clerk get up and speak on the allegation you make against him? Can he get up and speak? So register your protest, but don't add the clerk because it is unfair for him because he cannot speak. Mr. Speaker, the clerk cannot speak, has no right of audience, and it's against the rules of natural justice to accuse somebody for the record for the whole world to watch that your clerk is incompetent, your clerk is partisan, when he cannot respond to it. Mr. Speaker, I will not sit unconcerned. When the same Mubarak advised me not to raise an issue on this floor against a person who cannot have a right to speak. So, Mr. Speaker, that aspect of his submission should be expunged from the records. That aspect of his submission, which deals with accusing the clerk of being partisan, be expunged from the record. As to all other concerns, I share with him those concerns. I agree with him those concerns, and I think they are legitimate, and members who were affected have the right to raise it. It's their right, far right. They should raise it and raise their protest. But on the clerk, we cannot attack the civil servants we've been working with, and then tomorrow when we as politicians, we are calm, we'll go and say to them, sorry, quietly. We can't do that, Mr. Speaker. We can't attack the civil servants. We cannot, and we must not encourage ourselves to be attacking the civil servant. It's not right. We are politicians. Tomorrow we'll be at the coffee area taking tea. Mr. Speaker, when tempers come down, we'll go and take our tea. Would they have the opportunity to come and take tea with us? Why should we destroy them? Mr. Speaker, why should we destroy the civil servant? That aspect of the submission, accusing the clerk, should be expunged from the records. And I contend so, Mr. Speaker, I rest my case.